All right, folks, welcome back to the dludgolf channel. I want to do a little update for you on SGT. I've been playing since about October. We have 104 rounds total, 30 of them par threes, and then SGT Web and Pro. I kind of wanted to go over the stuff you get when you play on SGT, besides world ranking, which I'm 748th right now, after a decent showing at that Tobacco Road course on SGT. My handicap is a 0.4 for just all the web, SGT, and Pro. My par 3 handicap is a minus 1.6. And then scramble is minus 7. My partner, Jan. This is kind of cool, this stats button. So it's got it broken down into years. Now it's doing proximity, and so I can see like I've gotten a little worse within 100 yards, which I can tell, and then outside of 100 yards I've actually gotten better. Putts per round, pretty similar. Putts per green, pretty similar. Putts made per round in feet, pretty similar. My 3-putt percentage has gone up, and my 1-putt percentage has gone down. So the putting has, it wasn't great in 2024. It's still not great. You get some stats for to the green. Greens and reg, we are doing better. Fairways, we're doing worse. The driver switch and elbow problems, I think, had something to do with that. I just hit a bunch of fairways in my first 2 rounds at TPC Sawgrass, and was feeling better in the elbow department, and so I think that was did a couple good drives, sand saves down. Like 2024, I started off like really hot, had some good rounds, and then the early part of this year, 2025, is filled with like early January where I was making 13, 14 bogeys a round. Birdies around, we are up, and we got an eagle this year, so that's up. Bogeys around are also up about a half a bogey around, and doubles are pretty. Birdies have increased, and an eagle. Like, we'll take anything we can get. Strokes gained is kind of fun. I like to keep an eye on this stuff. My short game was really good last year. 2 strokes gained on the field, and putting was better last year, believe it or not. Tee to green was not as good though, so approaches really have stepped up. Stepped up this year, 0.6, half a stroke gained on the field. The other thing you can see are your achievements, and if I had one suggestion for SGT out there, like just let me click on these. So for finish, so we're at 102. I was at 100 the other day, so I wanted to get like a recap of my first 100 rounds. But 102 rounds done. If I click on that, I should just see all 102 rounds. And then tee shot 343, I should be able to click on that and see what tee shot it was and what hole. 10 tee shots over 150. 155 ball speed, I think, is max. That 155 ball speed had a spin axis of over 15, so hitting a slice or a draw or something. No aces for me yet. 26 hole outs, 1 every 4 rounds. We're making a hole out. That's kind of, but I should be able to, I want to click on this and see which hole outs were which. Putts made, I don't need to see all the putts, but we're getting close to 1,000 there. And then I think these is where I would really like to click. If I could really, so 3 times we've had a positive driving strokes gained. I want to be able to click on that and see what 3 rounds and how much driving strokes gained that was. And then approach, blah, 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 blah. So about 1/3 of the rounds we're getting positive putting. Over 1/3 we're getting positive short game. We've had 2 rounds now, and these have been recent, like, because this used to be 0. So in the last like 4 rounds, I've had 2 where I've had positive strokes gained on all aspects. So like, I want to see what rounds those were and know that like that's what I need to be doing better as far as course management and things like that. So you get tons of stats. If you dig into your handicap, it will show you all the stuff that you have here. So just I shot even on my first round at the playas, and then shot a +7 like an a-hole right after that. But all these ones that were good, a lot of them have been recent, they all add up to my handicap. And then the last thing you can look at is your world golf ranking. And if you finish in the top half of the event or the top 120, depending on how many people are there, you get different points. So I got 0.5 for finishing 75th in an SGT event, and then you only get like 0.05 for finishing like top 20 in a web. So the harder the league, the more points you get. And pro tour is a sneaky one. If you have the length and you can go up there and just shoot like +1, +2s, then you'll probably finish in the top half of the pros. And then those points are really big. So it's kind of worth it to do the pro tour if you can score any better. You can see my golf ranking just went down, down, down until this last one where I finally got some back. So you can see the amount of data they have here for the rounds is pretty impressive. And I'm a big fan of coming in here and looking at all the banners and all the things. And what I hope to happen is that you can also get shot data for like every shot you've ever taken. I want these to be clicked on. That would be really cool. Okay, so that is our 102 match update of SGT, kind of our stats, where we're at, where we're headed. Need to finish up the DPC Sawgrass by having some good rounds in a row. Finish good on the third of SGT. Really upset about that +7 though. It'd be hard to. I'm gonna have to shoot like -5 to have any chance, but that's okay. Got next week. That's the other part of SGT is there's always next week and always next round. So I hope you enjoyed this little recap. If you have any questions about SGT or the tours, what we've been doing here, just comment below and try and answer them.